What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. We're going to have another sports montage to get us started off here to begin everything. Also do it because I know it helps out a little bit. But it sounds good. It looks good. Can everyone hear me okay? That's the main thing I want to know. Can y'all hear me decently? If you can, just let me know. Got the stream going right now. Got some love on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all the places you can find the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. All right. Thank you very much, Blanca. So this is going to be like a pre-show thing that we're doing right now, helping with the setup and everything we've got going on. A lot of moving parts here for the station. But we're making sure it's all good. We got a MLB montage going on right now if you want to actually listen in on the airwaves of Fox Sports 1380. There he is. Look at that handsome man right there.
I broke Tip.
Got our Optimus Prime hanging back out there. Blanca, thank you so much for tuning in, commenting, letting us know that you could hear us decently. I like that. I appreciate it. We're about 30 seconds out from the start of the show, so here we go. You're going to get a little awkward silence.
The use of the awkward part, maybe not the silent part. That's how it goes.
Oh. I'm going to take this off. I tried. I cannot do the whole show with it. It is the Tipping Point of Mike Tipton, Fox Sports 1380, rocking with you on a Thursday. Again, I feel bad for the people on the stream that don't get the music, but you are listening on the airwaves of Fox Sports 1380. On the free and reliable iHeartRadio app, you know you're rocking out right now. With a little Judas from Fozzy. Turn it up. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about today here on a rockin' Thursday. The MLB World Series tied up 1-1. Arguably the greatest football game is about to be played today.
I have empirical evidence that you're lying, but
and a whole bunch of other stuff we're going to get to. But before I do that, Andrew, and you're going to want to turn the music down for this because I am going to get a little serious here. I normally don't bring up a whole lot of issues that I have whenever I go into like my personal life and things like that.
Except for goats.
Except for the goats, the green milk, and things of that nature. But earlier today, at about 9 o'clock or so, my father suffered a brain embolism, I believe is the word for it. And he was taken swiftly to a hospital here in El Paso so they can try to treat him. 9 o'clock this morning, until now, still doesn't have a room because of the amount of people that are in there because of COVID.
That is a particularly personal tragedy. I'm very sorry to hear that, Tip, but that is unfortunately the situation. We have found ourselves here in that. We just spent the better part of the hour talking about that over on Talk El Paso because we have hit 4-digit new cases today, and I am incredibly sorry that has impacted you this personally.
Luckily for him, once again, there's a reason why I call my father Wolverine. He seems to be, responding decently, is like having an issue with the words and all that stuff, but it seems like he might be able to make a recovery. It's just he hasn't been able to be seen at the moment because of, once again, all of the COVID-19 cases that we have in this city. And to me, very preventable. It's the same thing as like drunk driving to me. Extremely preventable. Once again, I am guilty of actually, every now and then, especially in my younger times, taking a few drinks and driving home whenever I shouldn't have been. I was dumb as all hell, and something that I tried to not do as a grown-ass adult who has responsibilities and things that way. absolutely preventable. The exact same way all the stuff with COVID-19 is as well. 100% preventable. Because all you have to do is simply your part. No one's asking you to do anything outrageous. No one's asking you to go out and do a whole bunch of nonsense like this. And I've spoken about this a whole bunch of times before. But you have now a 90-year-old man who suffered a brain embolism. And what's going to happen is going to happen. Like I'm not here to try to get tears out of people or anything of that nature. What's going to happen is going to take its place. But you have a 90-year-old man now who cannot get a bed because a lot of people decided that going out and partying was much more important than doing your damn part.
And that is part of what we're hearing about all of this, is that the 50% of the cases happening right now are in that 20 to 40-year-old range. So that largely the drinking age, and a lot of the numbers that we're hearing about, that I think it was upwards of 37% of the cases came from visits to stores, and another like 20% and change to restaurants. So I think there's a lot of people not doing the right thing, or not doing all the things they should. Because sure, leaving your house any day comes with risks, but we have a particular risk factor right now that we all need to be aware of.
But this is the thing, like, and I understand it because I am in that age group. Despite the fact I look old as all hell, I'm still in my mid-30s. Like, I still want to go out and do things and have fun and go do, all the normal stuff that people our age do, because we've gotten accustomed to doing that. We grew up, Andrew and I and Mike Rivera and a lot of the people that are around this, we grew up in an era that was just so beautiful because we had literally everything we wanted to at our disposal. And we still technically do. All people are asking you to do is not be an a-hole.
And the beautiful thing is if we can get these numbers backed out, we've got some things now coming in from the state where we have to be below 50% hospitalization rate for COVID-19 for the 3 counties, El Paso, Hudspeth, and Culberson. We have to be below that for 7 days. So we can't just make things different right now immediately. We have to fix it. But once we do that, things can begin to reopen. And again, just do the right thing. Even if you don't care about other people, do the right thing for yourself and your family. Make sure you take care of yourself, and the rest of it will follow.
Blanca saying, yes, thank you for speaking up on this. And once again, like I've been talking about this. This ain't, just because it's happened to me today. You know what I mean? Like, I've been talking about this. This has become something that has absolutely become just utterly ridiculous. 1,161 cases that we have today, just today. I mean, it was already a 500% increase, like on what, Monday? What the hell is it at now? Like that's an astronomical amount of numbers that we've had. We have been called the epicenter of this entire thing because we simply cannot get it together. And that is absolutely ridiculous. It's damn near atrocious. Blanca going on Twitter at Blanca5988 saying, I am in my late 30s and I have gotten it, and I have gotten from it, or I have had gotten from it, and it's not a good time. So I'm assuming what she's saying is that she had COVID.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it.
And that it's not like a good time going out and doing it.
I cannot imagine so. Again, we talked about on the previous show that the mayor of Juarez has it, unfortunately, for the second time, and he's been posting some pictures of him from his hospital bed. He's had to be admitted, and he is looking rough.
Blanca, thank you for sharing that. She is saying indeed that yes, she did.
Hope you made it through all right.
I was saying, I'm hoping that you're okay, and it's nice to see that. But now you're talking to somebody who went through all that, and this is the thing, and this is the part about it that I also want to stress. Like, I'm not putting everyone that's gotten COVID or diagnosed with COVID as someone who's not doing their part, because to me it's kind of the same as like smoking. You know what I mean? Like lung cancer, you can get lung cancer from not having smoked cigarettes or anything of that nature. So there are people out there that are more than likely doing their part. However, whenever you look at all the other stuff that's going on, man, it's hard to see what the hell, the people out there that are creating this whole epicenter for us. Because once again, all it takes is a small amount of people. We're watching this right now in football. The Las Vegas Raiders had 1 offensive lineman. Today they've got 4.
Oh, geez.
Because
that update yet.
All it does is just keep going. Blanca saying that she had gotten it from an essential worker. And once again, like, that is the thing, like that is the hard part about a lot of this is there are people out there that do have to go out and risk their lives doing their jobs.
Yeah.
And the more that you have this stuff, someone's livelihood, like a bar, I understand why they want that stuff open, because that's their way of money coming in. But to me, you got to find another way, man. Like there's so many different avenues out there that you can do.
I mean, I get. Well, some criticism has been made of the way these law orders have been put into place. That it's causing increases in abuse, spousal abuse, child abuse, and even suicide rates. And listen, I get that. Take care of your people. If you got people that you're worried about, but we need to make it so that we can be all safe getting back to the things. Like I get it. You want to be out with your friends. You want to be out with people that need you. And for some people, that is very important. Not just to be happy, but for mental health reasons. And I totally get it. But we need to get through this so that we can get back to that.
Blanca going on saying that, in her opinion, people will not take it seriously until they get it. Anthony Snow commenting that he had a friend die from COVID complications last night at the age of 40 years old and cannot stress how much hearing this means to him. And Jennifer Gonzalez saying that she has friends in the ICU with it now, and her sister has had it twice.
Oh, man.
The fact of the matter is, like, people need to start taking this more seriously than what it was. And we are going out, setting this example, showing the entire world that we're nothing but a bunch of a-holes. Because it is going to be that population out there that's creating this thing to get out of control the way that it has been, for everyone to go out and see, hey, you know who the a-hole of the United States is right now? It ain't all these other places that you hear about. It's literally this city, because all we're doing is we are now the epicenter.
Yep, unfortunately.
When has epicenter ever been a good word?
Not in any circumstance I've ever heard it described as. Earthquakes, tornadoes, none of that. None of that's good.
Blanca saying we must all take care of one another. El Paso is better than this. I agree 100%. Like, what? We have such a beautiful city, and we saw the way that the city came together to, unite as one, to protect one another, to be there for one another. Literally a month or a year and some months ago, less than a year and a half ago, we saw the way that this entire community gathered around one another and saying, we will not let one thing break us. Are you telling me right now that the city that was able to do that in the face of all that evil and disgustingness and racism and all the other stuff that you can call it, that the city that was able to do that can't do it because you want a couple of beers? Like really? That's what it comes down to? It's utterly asinine and it's so disappointing, because this city is like Blanca said, much better than this.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the route that we're going. We want to go out and party and do all this stuff. And now it seems like people are doing it just to be spiteful, because now all the people that are up on like Twitter and Facebook that are now getting at those people saying, why are you doing this, man? I will not live in fear. If that's the case, don't wear your damn seatbelt either.
Yeah, okay, there's risk and reward things. And I get it if it's inconveniencing, if you don't like it, I get it. It's not a pleasant thing to have to deal with any of this. But if you're going to say, screw what they're telling me, I'm going to do what I want, I can't help but think that that's an attitude of a child. Like thinking that there is no impact to my actions. That's not what a reasonable adult does.
Jennifer Gonzalez saying that she's so nervous about going back to school face-to-face. TEA did not extend its waivers, and it's going to get a lot worse. Our guy Dan Ornell is saying, but so many people in their late 20s and 30s are more concerned about going to brunch, drinks with the crew, and having large gatherings because they're bored. I felt bad on Saturday, because this past Saturday, my sister-in-law, who I hadn't seen in about a month or so, and my nephew, who I hadn't seen in about 3 or 4 months, I decided, hey, I'm going to have like a little thing at the house, but since it's only the two of them, I will invite them. A grand total of 6 people in a 2,200 square foot house.
Mm-hmm.
And we were outside. I was so damn nervous, and I felt bad about the optics of it, because I felt to myself I wasn't practicing what I preach. But once again, all it is 2 people. She gets tested regularly because she is a police officer for the Socorro Independent School District.
Mm-hmm.
He is a student who literally this entire time, because while his mom's at work, he's at home. This entire time for the last 3 months, he's been at home. This was his one time out. And it was to my house where I was like, oh my God, I am that nervous about them being here.
Mm-hmm.
If I can be like that about people that are in my family, why the hell aren't we doing better as a community? Like, my God, man.
It's about thinking about the consequences of the actions before it takes. I mean, it's easy to think in hindsight. Hindsight is always 20/20. Just think about it beforehand. I mean, there are, again, those 4 simple things that everyone can do. Stay home if you're feeling sick. Stay away from everyone else. Wear a mask if you're in public. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. If we can do those things consistently applied evenly, we can get out of this. Again, this is something in our control, but we all have to be doing it.
Blanca saying, I now donate convalescent plasma to help even those that I know don't take it seriously, but that's okay. And that's why I think we need more of, is like people like Blanca who are going out there saying, you know what, I'm going to do more than just my part. And once again, I don't want this to take away from the fact of what this show is. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are upset about it, like, oh, we look at sports as our escapism and all that nonsense. But the simple fact of the matter is that there are huge consequences to the things that people are not doing. And right now, one of those consequences is my 90-year-old father, who suffered a brain embolism today, unable to get a hospital bed for something that is extremely serious. Once again, 90 years old, what's going to happen is going to happen. He has lived himself a full life. I've got enough stories about that man to last me more than enough lifetimes. Trust me, not very many people have a scar in their face from getting kicked by a horse.
That's true.
And everyone in my family, trust me, will have much more stories than that. Blanca going on to say, my mask protects you and your mask protects me. Please wear your mask. It's really that simple. No one's asking you to do anything terrible. All we're saying is quit being an a-hole. That's simple. Whenever we come back here on the Tipping Point, my Tipping Fox Sports 1380, we're going to get into some sports.
Still going right now.
How you doing?
Good. Gracious. Once again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming in, hanging out with Andrew,
Well,
and dealing with my mean rant right now.
you should have seen me after the mayor's or well, you saw some of the comments I did.
Oh,
I couldn't even. I like when we were doing a live stream of it, and I was like, really, parks, the hot spots. Good job, Mayor.
the outdoor places.
Like I told Andrew, the county judge got finished. They're moving to a voluntary lockdown. They're going to
A voluntary lockdown.
for them, for the county. So non-essential county employees are asked not to report to work for 2 weeks. All county parks are closed. You can still walk around and do whatever else. There was a couple of other things. But apparently, from what he said, he shared a letter that he wrote to Governor Abbott.
Mm-hmm.
He said he would like to be included in the discussions that you had with Mayor Margo and other elected officials. And I would hereby request that you also include Congressman Veronica Escobar in these conversations so we can all get the complete.
Let's talk about that. Do you have enough time to talk about that?
Yeah. We just
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. We're having a conversation with our friend Chris Babcock. Didn't want to leave you all in the dark here. D. Wu saying, watch people drive to and from anywhere. They don't care about their impact on the road trip. Then my guess is that they don't have to protect themselves from COVID. Yeah, I feel the same way. But you see, what I do whenever I go out, like what I've been doing, because I know that it's got to be hard for kids. Like cabin fever is a real thing. So what I've been doing is we'll load up in the Suburban and we'll just cruise around town. But literally my one stop is at a gas station. I go into the gas station and I get, a couple of drinks and maybe some snacks. But I'm the only one that gets down. Dan Ornell saying, I feel you. I visit my mom often. I just took my 4th test since June to make sure I can continue to visit her. And that's the toughest part about all that. Nate Panella saying 2 steps forward and 4 steps back, worse off than the beginning. Really sad that we lead the nation and scary, really. How could they not see this coming? That's it. Like it's just a lot of people turning a blind eye. And like we all have family members out there, like I know I do, that are just going to go around and be like, oh, I don't want to live in fear. I'm not going to live in fear. How dare you think I'm going to be in fear? As if, being fearful of actually surviving something is a terrible, terrible thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you put it in. Yeah.
No.
All right. So we'll have it here for you. I'll move this mic, everybody, so that way you can hear the melodious voice, the very sensual, very toit Chris Babcock.
The gracious timbre and whiskey-like ambience of my voice.
I love that. Timber and whiskey. Check, right? Yeah, check. If you're not listening on the airwaves right now, we are giving away $1,000 every hour, $12,000 a day All you got to do is test check to 200 200. It's a nationwide contest. Test check 200 200. Standard message and data rates apply. Oh. It is the tipping point with my Tipton Fox Sports 1380. I got my guy, Andrew J. Polk, hanging out. You can follow him on Twitter, at Andrew J. Polk, on Instagram, at Talk El Paso. We got the one and only Chris Babcock, the melodious sounds of the Viceroy of Fabens.
Oh, that is correct.
The Mandalorian of Horizon City. I don't even know if that is. Is that a bad thing or is that a good
That's
thing?
a good thing.
Okay. So there we go. The Mandalorian of Horizon City hanging out with us, the one and only Chris Babcock. I know I promised it in the first segment that whenever I came back here, I'd get into sports. But guess what, nerds? That's my show, and I can change it however I want.
And you often have. So what else is new?
Chris Babcock. You could blame him.
Oh, man.
Because he decided to come in here after my rant and let me know some more stuff that's going on with not just the city of El Paso, but the county of El Paso. Chris, what you got for us?
According to County Judge Ricardo Samaniego, the news conference is still going on. He is going over certain things that he is going to mandate the county do moving forward. And as I was talking to Andrew, it would seem like there might be a little bit of a split between what the mayor would like done and the governor would like done and what Judge Samaniego and another representative might want done, because he said he sent a letter and he read the letter on the stream, which is live right now on the county's YouTube page, and I was taking notes. First and foremost, he said that the last time they had talked, if he needed anything to please contact me, so that's what he was writing the letter for, and he is requesting that the governor make allowances to use William Beaumont Army Medical Center as a resource for COVID patients, should that become necessary. So
I would say DeMarco did mention that in his news conference, but mostly just said it's in process, so there wasn't a lot of detail there.
And then he went on to say, if you could please include us in more conversations that you have with the mayor and the other elected representatives and myself and Veronica Escobar, representative Congresswoman, if you could include us in those discussions, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also,
wow.
here's what we'll be doing. So county judge announced that all county parks are closed. This is for 2 weeks. You can still walk around them, but you can't use the playground equipment. So please limit household residents going out to any critical shopping to one person, which I think most are doing. If this does not affect the number that we're going at, the COVID cases, he says he may impose stricter measures. Now, in that same vein, he also said that he's imposing a temporary shutdown of county facilities to include parks. The golf course will be closed. He did not give a date, which is Escalante. So that's going to be closed. And he's asking businesses, he's thanked those businesses which have pulled back, he said, and he would encourage more businesses to do the same. He said the public is asked not to linger at bars or restaurants after 9 o'clock to help with law enforcement. Now, this is what I found interesting in this whole thing. So he says, if they close at 9, be gone by 9. So we know that place is closed. And he went way out of his way he said he's requesting El Paso Police Department, El Paso County Sheriffs, and the El Paso County Constables to be more assertive, I'm using air quotes, when it comes to masks enforcement, because he says the number one complaint the county has been getting is that people are not correctly using masks when they should, when they need to, and doing them correctly. And he said, remember, there's a $250 fine. We will keep a close eye on where the mask use is necessary, where 6-foot separation is not happening. And then he said, we're calling law enforcement into this. This is not their idea to do this. He said, I'm doing it. The county's doing it to keep you guys safe, so don't take it out on the cops, essentially. He then said, the common sense, the passion of El Paso always comes together voluntarily before we have to do anything else. And he said, non-essential county workers should not come in for the next couple of weeks. Department heads will need to watch who exactly comes into work. And then this one is what stood out to me. He said, always, he said, it's that time when you stop doing what we're doing for the next 2 weeks. Rather than stop and reset, then continue in a direction we don't understand. So he's taking these in addition to what we've seen the mayor do. So I'm a very different approach from the county judge.
I like seeing that. The one thing that's mildly terrifying, I can't even say mildly, like it's excruciatingly terrifying, is that he wasn't involved in any of this. Like, how the hell does that happen?
It was very notable earlier today during the news conference with Mayor DeMargo from the city side of things that he mentioned that we're working with state senators Ted Cruz and John Cornyn and with Will Hurd from the Texas 23rd Congressional District. That's the one that runs from the Lower Valley to the outskirts of San Antonio. So that's what he said in the governor. And there was not a mention in that particular news conference of Judge Samaniego or of Congresswoman Veronica Escobar. So it was kind of a strange omission that we're finding out a little bit more about.
I will tell you this. If I see one more person post up that they will not live in fear, I will find you. I will glue your elbows together.
You will make them.
Yes. Augustine Pimentel saying common sense, something people in their 20s and 30s don't have, and these have been the culprits. And I agree with that. Like a lot of us didn't mature until like 25 or so, and then that was like the beginning of our maturation process, except for Andrew, who was an old man by the time he was 114. Chris Babcock and I, though, the normal human being who has a normal lifespan, we started, maturing at the age of what, roughly 25.
I don't know what time is it now.
I'm 36. I'm still immature as hell. I mean, you can ask Andrew. I'm sure I annoy the hell out of him. I am one of these people that who I literally make a joke about everything. Even with all the stuff going on today in my personal life, still making jokes, still lightening up the moods because that is what I do.
Get these jokes off 2020.
I'm gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna let you think about the way that came off. Get these off 2020. So we're doing this.
Oh, there was a jokes in there.
I know. Yeah. But I will say this: if I can go and practice these measures. Once again, y'all saw me. I tried to start the show with this. A lot of you, whenever you're out there, you're not talking near as much as I am. It's hard to do this show with the mask on. Believe me, I've tried multiple times. I've got my hand sanitizers with me. This ain't the only one. Not in this room.
No, there's gallon jugs in there.
Yes. Trust me whenever I say this. I was going to make fun of the mayor. I'm still going to do it. I was going to make fun of him because he sprayed the microphone with Lysol. I was going to spray Chris Babcock with Lysol.
Oh, man. If I get that blast, it was like a 7-second.
It was right into the mic, too.
That is the cleanest microphone in the borderland at this point. It is completely disinfected all the way down to the wire.
Some poor audio tech now was like, oh, no.
I was going to say, like, if Anthony had seen that, he'd be pulling out all those beautiful, luscious locks of hair that he has.
No, I mean, if you see the video, I mean, the conference was brought to you by Germex and Lysol. It was on either side of the podium, and as soon as he's done, he picks up, and it's not just the regular can; it's the tall boy. It's the tall boy grandma Lysol, and he just goes right in the mic, and I was like, and I cringed because it's like the TV guy. He goes, "Don't do that to the mic!
Yeah,
come
right.
on!"
You don't touch the mic. Like I get it, you got to sanitize it, but come.
Anthony said that he did see that, and it did hurt him. Blanca, going on to what I said earlier, my threat to the entire city of El Paso, you don't take this as a threat. This will happen.
It's a promise.
I will find you. I will glue your elbows together. And I mean like Gorilla Glue. Like you ain't getting them suckers apart. You will look like Jim from American Pie 2, and you will have to go to the hospital, and people will make fun of you. Like that is what will happen. Blanca saying that she's going to go help me do it.
I think we could get a team together, socially distanced, of course, with masks on. But we'll get a strike force together to do this.
We'll just canvass the entire city.
Regulators mount
up. And she's taking it a step further. She says she will go around wanting to slap people with a handful of Purell. Although I will say that's hard, dude, because Purell's really runny.
It is. So super soak. Think about it that way.
Oh, game changer.
I'll do you one better. Those Spider-Man webbies, the ones they used to sell.
Oh yeah.
Just you get your Purell right there from Purell Man. I
will Spider-Man Purell the hell out of the city of El Paso. Like I will be. Did y'all ever see that that ESPN? It was like a 30 for 30 where there was like a guy in Seattle that was like a vigilante superhero.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yep.
Fat Man and Robin. How's that?
Oh.
We're good. I'm Fat Man, obviously. The Meat Slinger and Wiener Boy. We got
alter egos.
We make our debut saving this city. The Meat Slinger and Wiener Boy. We just need to get the tights. I don't think anyone wants to see that. That's also a deterrent.
Yeah.
That's also a deterrent. Anthony, whenever this segment started, said it's a day that ends with why, so Tip will do what he wants. It's why we listen, and it's why we watch the show. Thank you so much. Augustine's saying we need to get Purell to sponsor this as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm about it. Like I don't care if it's Purell. Like, it could be a Purell adjacent. It could be our friends over at I'm trying to remember what the name of this was. Allure Chemicals.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, because it's right here on the side. Allure Chemicals. I produce a commercial. You think I know better?
Mhm.
But yeah, like, we will find a way to make this happen.
I think it's enough here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
We got a good start.
I've got gallons of it, like Super Soaker, maybe even like one of those janitorial sprayers that they use for like getting rid of the
Backpack?
bug. Yes,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
like Ghostbusters. That
Yeah.
never saw the movie, but I get the reference to the backpack thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about this.
Don't cross the streams.
More sports coming up next. Oh. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you letting me know that stuff. I didn't realize it was
God
still
bless
going
it,
on. I
Ox.
feel
Oh, yeah,
like,
dude. Well,
like a
he's-
jerk now.
Well, he's got like his super team assembled. So he's got the head of the UMC. He's got sheriffs there. It's literally like he decided to wait for the mayor, and then he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna bring out my crew now." It's like literally, I think we're to that point.
Like, my squad's better than your squad.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, but he was rather. I'm waiting for him to send the letter because I'm going to put that thing up in its entirety because he was real salty the way he was reading.
and it should be. Like, the simple fact that you're not consulting the people you should be consulting says a lot.
I mean, it's one of the largest counties in the United States. Number one, it's pretty big.
Blanca saying that there's a hand sanitizer that smells like Patron. We need to give people a shot of that stuff.
No, man. I know which one. I know exactly which one she's talking about because I blew my tequila gene out back right after high school, and when that came out, I put it on and I did this. I did my regular hand clap, and that wafted up my nose. And
Augustine already creeping on people in the comment sections. I'm not going to read that comment, Augustine. I think you could turn the closed captioning off yourself, can't you? Or is that something I have to control? Because this just showed up one day. I thought it was like my phone. I'm not getting an answer from anybody, so that's always a good thing. I also don't think Andrew can hear me.
well, I love the way. By the way, the auto captions are a riot on some of the words.
Well, it's because like I have such a weird voice that Siri and them do not understand a thing
Him
that
too.
I say.
Both of you guys.
Yeah.
It'll be like just the weirdest.
Anthony Snow saying the best quote he's ever heard is "blew my tequila gene out."
I did. That's it. You can literally blow your tequila gene out. And I'm pretty close to my Jack Daniels gene, too. I can tell you that much.
I don't think I'll ever get tired of blowing out my Jack Daniels gene. I think I got close. I got real close with the tequila gene.
No, I did. I honestly did. And I can tell you exactly when it happened.
But
And
now,
how
I
much?
don't take shots. I just sip it.
Oh, I can't even do that. Literally, dude, it's like a Pavlovian. It's like, I smell it. It's like a gag.
See, that's how I am with Bailey's. Like I blew my Bailey's Irish cream out with Irish car bombs.
Whoa.
Like, you talk about a St. Patrick's Day to forget, it would be that one.
It's
Because
so we call Bailey's at our house.
Mhm.
Bailey's is mama juice.
Mama juice.
Mama juice because it looks a lot like coffee and it makes mama happy.
There you go, man. I'm about it. Like, I can't even smell it, dude.
Really?
I can't, like, anything that resembles it.
Fireball.
I cannot.
Fireball for me is almost there because of my times at Hudson's because it was just so bad.
Yeah.
And Jägermeister,
I can still do Jaeger. I can still do like schnapps and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't like how they are. I like Fireball though because it reminds me of like the little candies that we had as
it
kids.
tastes just like hot
Yeah.
dogs.
And then it gets you where you want to be
Yeah,
as
that's
you're
true.
watching the Dallas Cowboys, and it's only $2 a shot during halftime, and they're disappointing you because they're the Dallas Cowboys and it's what they do best. Not that I'm saying it from personal experience.
But you would say that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking which one
Was that enough sports for the day? I feel like that was enough sports for the show.
that should be.
So the closed captioning is off? Augustine's saying the closed captioning is off now. Like, I didn't touch a thing. Oh, there they are. But
Yeah, it's automatic.
I was about to say, like, I don't think I'm in control of any of this. Oh.
Yeah.
This isn't rock and roll, sir. Earn your keep. Are you all my regulators?
Yeah.
It's time to mount up.
Yeah.
Again, like you bring out these songs, absolute fire, taking me back to 1993 as a child, where I'm jamming out to gangster rap at 9 years old because that's what the 90s were.
That's true.
You expect me to talk over this song?
I expect you to do whatever you want to do, Tip, because that's always going to be the case.
Like normally what I would do, like the other day, whenever we had our issues that we had with like all of the stuff on Monday where microphones decided they just randomly didn't want to work, I was good with like just playing, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre because it was a G thing. And it was long enough to help us get stuff under control. Like, I'm about this, but, like, I feel bad, once again, for the Facebook stream because they don't get any music. Yeah. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, thank you all so much for tuning in over there as well. Augustine saying that Augustine is 100% against the closed captioning that I have here. I don't know how to turn it off. I apologize to everybody out there. I have no clue. It just shows up. Like before it wasn't there, now it is. I don't know.
It only shows up in your watch party specifically.
Well, maybe it's a setting on my watch party.
Yeah, maybe you should check that out because it doesn't show up on the the official stream. It's weird.
There you go.
Well, see, like I'm even looking at the settings, it doesn't show me, but I'm not going to do that during the middle of the show. I will figure this out as we go forward. But apparently, as I said, gangster rap, it showed up as gangster rabbit.
Gangster rabbit.
And now all I'm picturing is like either Bugs or Roger just strapped.
I got an image in my mind, that's for sure.
Completely yoked, like getting ready to lay the smacketh down on someone's candy rear end.
Carrots for days.
I'll tell you, man. Yeah, their carrots are earrings. Allen Iverson-esque. Man.
They got some thick stocks rolled up.
They got them Cuban links and everything. My imagination is taking off with this. I did see, however, in the comment section, our artiste who created the images for the Meat Slinger and Wiener Boy is willing to draw an artist's depiction of us actually at work spraying and sanitizing people.
Fantastic.
We got to come up with I guess the Mandalorian of Horizon City is now his superhero.
Yep. It'll be the Mandalorian helmet on your driver's suit that you got that picture.
That'll be perfect.
Hey, I'm with it, man. I am 100% with it. Again, since I did a terrible job of introducing the show in this segment, this is bad radio from all of the radio savants out there. It is the tipping point of my tipping Fox Sports 1380. I am here with my guy Andrew J. Polk. You can follow him on Twitter at Andrew J. Polk. We are here with Chris Babcock, the editor of the El Paso Herald-Post. Chris, what are all the cool stuff that you're doing over at the Herald-Post?
A lot of the cool stuff is getting stuff up there way ahead of time. So if you follow us on ElPasoHeraldPost.com, on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you will see stories legitimately 2 to 3 hours before anybody else. You'll be that far ahead of them. And as I say, El Paso Herald-Post, stay ahead of the times.
Oh, I like it.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's also not hard to do. Fox Sports 1380, we do talk about sports here. It isn't in the name of the show. I decided I might as well get into it, Andrew, so maybe we should. Maybe we should just get into in the third segment here, 39 minutes into the show, the opening tip. It is the opening tip on Fox Sports 1380. Augustine Pimentel asking a great question. I know Chris has an answer to this. Are you still involved with high school football, sir?
Yes, we are. We do the Herald-Post End Zone every Friday night, live 3 to 7 to 10 o'clock. We have dip-ins from all the games, and hopefully we'll have games to do tomorrow night. Although, again, because of the situation, it is not looking as bright as it was early this morning, so we will take this thing as a game day decision. But, yeah, I am still involved with that, and I've had a lot of requests to go back to the mic at Horizon and over at Fabens, and I appreciate that. But I figure, this is the best way to get all the kids, however long the season happens to be, make sure they get their props.
Augustine, clearing it up for me. I love the plug. Semi-professional football.
Oh, semi-pro. Well, I do have a Facebook page, and I do have a website that I've got in my back pocket just in case outdoor semi-pro football is going to come back. I am involved with the Sun City Stealth. I was involved in the logo and the color scheme, and I helped them out. And hopefully, they'll have a season next year for the women's professional tackle football. But yeah, there's a team that I've got developed, and I've got the rules all set up. But I'm waiting for the right time to pull that trigger on bringing semi-pro football back.
If you ever need a voice. I mean, but you already got the voice, so I don't know how that works. Like, I don't want to need more voices. Yes, you can never have too many sultry, smooth voices.
I tell you, when I step into that role as a GM, I'm not behind the mic anymore because I'm not impartial. Well, I'm a homer, but I'm a super homer. So
yeah, well, I mean, I could do that too. Like, I'm a homer, but more like Simpson.
Yeah.
But it is the opening tip, Fox Sports 1380. I got a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about. I did want to bring up the fact that my Yahoo, the very seldom checked Yahoo account of mine, where I accidentally sent a promo code to get some stuff from Guitar Center, has just been bombarded.
Oh, no.
By Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris.
Oh, you got on a list, man.
I don't know how that happened. Like, I do not check that email address except for literally this week. I had 800 emails since Tuesday.
It's like that onion you leave at the back of your back of your pantry that you forgot about for 3 years, and you come back and you're like, oh my God, what happened there?
Or the bag of oranges that was in here for God knows how long because they were black whenever I took them out.
No, sir. No, I blocked that out of my memory. It's going right back out.
Green milk. So am I the only one getting this? Because like I said, I think I wouldn't have ever noticed this had I not gone to, once again, the very seldom checked Yahoo email account, because once again, who still uses it's like MSN? Who uses it?
Yeah. I will say, not that I'm a plug for Gmail, but Gmail does a very good job at filtering out that stuff, because I've definitely entered, like, if someone's doing a giveaway, yeah, I'm probably going to enter my email into it. So I get them all. And it doesn't ruin my life that way.
Anthony's saying that his wife grows onions all the time without even wanting to.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
My favorite is like whenever you get the potatoes and they start like sprouting.
Oh, yeah, that gets weird.
And like I think to myself, like, you just put it in a bag and get ready to make vodka.
Not exactly how that works, but
hey,
sure.
Shut your mouth. We will make it work.
Just let me know if you're drinking that so I can stay away.
Oh, no, I don't drink it. I sell it. Like, why would I drink? Like, come on.
Make hand sanitizer.
Hey, you know what? I'm good with that too. Augustine asking a loaded question here. AOL or Yahoo? Which one was worse? I'm going to say Yahoo because of all the times it's been hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, because you always were waiting for the modem to connect on AOL. That's why they can never hack it.
Blanca saying that she still uses her Yahoo. On God, we're making her feel old. I apologize, but Gmail's where it's at.
It is. And frankly, if you've managed to keep your Yahoo usable, props.
Like I said, like I own the market. Like if you want to inundate my email, maybe that's what it was. Is I keep telling people MR Tipton 33 on everything, and it just went out there. Your phone. I am blaming your phone, sir. Your phone that listens to literally everything.
And that we're broadcasting this on right now, so it's not going to get any better.
Anthony, just so you know, the other day whenever we were talking about tank scan sensors, guess what was on Andrew's phone today?
No, it wasn't even on my phone. It was like, this is like Inception levels deep. It was on something I had printed out from a news story online on a different computer. But there it was, lo and behold, the tank scan ad.
So now I feel weird about this too, because like even though I don't use my Yahoo email, I still use Yahoo Fantasy Football.
Huh.
Like,
okay.
Because once it's like, who's the nerd that does that? Like Yahoo Fantasy Football. It's about ESPN. Come on. ESPN Fantasy Football. I had someone that had me in like a CBS Fantasy Football league once. I hated it. Everything about it. It was garbage. Those people need to have their elbows glued together.
So if it's any prize here, I still do use occasionally because I had one from my grandmother's account. I have a Hotmail account.
So that's why like I felt it whenever I said it. Like, who uses MSN still? And my guy over here, like I saw like a piece of his soul die. But like that's not bad. Like our friend Hawk Scott uses AOL. My good friend Monica Castillo, our good friend Andrew, Monica Castillo still uses an AOL account.
Again, if you kept
she's younger than I am. How the hell does she have an AOL account?
All those free CDs, man.
Yep, exactly. I actually made a little mobile for my kid when he was 2 years old out of all those. It was real cute.
Anthony's saying he's scared to ever talk around your phone now. As well he should be. Like, I don't know.
It's a horror movie. His phone is a horror movie.
It is. I guarantee you this. Like, I could say something, and then Andrew's going to start getting ads for it.
I'm just saying, it's happening to y'all too. They're just the least subtle I've ever seen with this.
No. I'm just going to walk around and talk about zucchinis. Like, he likes zucchinis.
Zucchinis are. Actually, I think Andrew likes eggplants and cucumbers, especially the emojis.
Peaches too.
But this is the thing that I'm so glad that I do. On my work computer here, I have it signed up with my Fox Sports 1380 Gmail account, so that way that's where all the Gmail emails go for all the complaints that I have just began to ignore because they're funny.
Of course.
But that's where I do like a lot of my searching for dumb stuff. That's why I have no problem searching for dumb stuff on that computer, because it won't come to this one that I work on. It won't come to my phone. It goes to literally everything else that is just work stuff. So if I had to look up something the other day like I did for drones, and I got that one ad for a drone on like a YouTube page where I was watching them, like, because Andrew knows this, as I stay after work, I like to listen to music.
Of course.
15-minute drone ad in there. For the one time I ever looked at a drone, but you know where it wasn't? My phone.
Yep.
Because my phone doesn't copy me the way that yours does.
That you know of.
Again, maybe whenever we come back, we'll talk about sports. That's a hard maybe now, man. Did I mention anything with sports? Like, I feel like I did this.
Yeah, you did, but I mean,
we mentioned football.
I'd rather know what's happening than not. I mean, it's kind of like someone who has a Confederate flag in their front yard. I'm like, thank you for letting me know that that's how you feel.
I like how you say that while you're in here away from your phone.
We do have a specific wiretap-free room in the house. I'll say that.
As you should. Your phone is the worst, man. Your phone's going to tell on you before anyone else does.
No, we ran that test at the house. We ran that test, and we don't have a cat. But my youngest son started talking about that we were out of cat litter, and he did it for he was throwing it into a conversation every 5 minutes, and an hour later, ads for kitty litter started popping up.
I mean, we saw. I was actually, when they first came out, bound and determined to never have a smart speaker or anything like that. And now that I realize that I don't need a smart speaker, I've got the wiretap on my person all the time. We now have some Google smart speakers because at least we get better audio quality out of our wiretaps that way.
Why did you shut that door, might I ask?
They were getting an echo on the stream.
Oh.
When you were shouting, it was picking it up in there on mine.
Okay. Whenever I was getting angry.
Yes, as you were. So we're just gonna have to do that. That was a stream echo. So I couldn't turn my mic off because they couldn't hear me.
So Anthony is, I guess he's taking the minutes for the show right now.
Oh, God.
He said that we did the opening tip for about a minute. We went into Chris's advertisement for high school football. And go with it like that. That was your sports for the day.
Yeah, sports.
I've yet to mention anything about the World Series. I've yet to mention anything.
It's a good thing I did. It's a good thing I ran my sweet ass out of time to mention what you were teasing on your show, because I didn't get to it either.
Well, first of all, I don't think anybody wants to talk about Thursday night football.
Oh, no, it's a gem. As a matter of fact, we're spending this whole segment now talking about Thursday night football. All Thursday night football, all the time. The tipping point with Mike Tipton. I've already called it. Those of you on the stream, you get to hear this before anyone else. I have called it. This game is going to be a tie.
Hi.
I am the lone person on this in all of sports media willing to put his name on the possibilities of ties.
It's true. You were very excited to say that.
I almost did it too. I messed up. We have like a thing here where we like give picks. I wanted to pick it. Like I fought the urge to pick it so bad, and I know I should have gone with my gut whenever the Eagles and Bengals tied. I wanted to call the tie on that. I even sent the guy that owns that does the thing. I was like, I should have called it. I should have called
It's
it.
2020. You need to call. You need to go with your gut.
Blanca says that's a lie. She said it first. Where? Well, okay. I mean, there's a lot of things that we say here that you could have said first. So please, Blanca, specify for me. Also, Augustine wants your phone number. He's in a relationship with somebody, though. He's been chirping on the entire thing that he wants your phone number. There is no way that that's going to happen, Augustine. Please, for the love of God, here, get a bottle of water, quench your thirst. You are the thirstiest individual I have ever met in my life.
Dana
And I
called
like-
him out on that
my
thing. Don't
God,
you have
man.
a girlfriend?
This is what happens to the people I like. Imagine the ones I don't.
Oh, God bless. 30 seconds out.
You realize I can't hear you, right?
Oh, I can hear you now because I turned this up.
No, I have to have that turned down so there's not an echo in here. I could read the lips that you were saying. Also, the gesture of you pointing at it. But yeah.
10 seconds.
Live from the Fox Sports 1380 studio. It's the tipping point.
Regarding love and art, I'd be friends with the sparrows and the boy who shoots the arrows. If I only had a heart.
Mike Tipton.
It is the tipping point of my tipping Fox Sports 1380. Got my guy Chris Babcock from the El Paso Herald Post hanging out. Thank you, Chris, for hanging out with us today. We got Andrew J. Polk here as well.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if I should leave it up to the listening audience out there, like those in the stream were privy to this. Augustine Pimentel asking for a phone number of Blanca, although he is in a relationship and has touted his girlfriend regularly in the last few days, especially the last few days.
Yeah.
Dana Morales calling him out, asking him about the girlfriend. So now, should we give Augustine a phone number here for Blanca? She gave it to me.
Really? For this purpose?
Yeah. So we will see if I should give it to Augustine Pimentel. That phone number, Augustine, get your pen ready. 915-544-KTSM, 915-544-5876. You can call that number anytime you want, my friend.
It's true.
Day or night. I don't guarantee an answer, but I
It'll
guarantee
ring.
you
Yep.
it's not a fake number. 915-544-5876. Thursday Night Football right around the corner. The show that everybody has been waiting for. No World Series today to detract us from everything going on in the world of football. No NBA, although there was a really nice story that I read about LeBron James and Rich Paul that really made me want to think about it. None of that. All eyes on the football world as the 1-4-1 Philadelphia Eagles take on the 1-5 New York Giants. Oh, if that doesn't get you ready, if that doesn't get you revved up, I don't know what will. Chris, what are your thoughts on this game?
This is a sour, warm glass of milk.
Sour green, yes. It's what I drank as a child, is what you're saying.
I have very little love for the Eagles. Again,
Yeah.
Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Like the Giants, but again, this is an effort. This may be a game, an effort of futility here. This one, not going to be a good game.
So how are we going to walk around this? Like, I'm pretty sure I know who's on the phone line. Is it who it is?
Probably.
So since I know that he can't listen in to what we're saying right now on the show, he can. But just to get him ready, do I answer this as Blanca?
Yes.
Augustine, you're talking to Blanca now. How's it going, my friend?
That's a pretty mean voice there, Blanca.
I mean, hey, I'm sounding like someone that you want to talk to. So what's up? What is it you wanted to tell me?
Well, I just want to ask this question, and Chris Babcock is the CEO for a team. How long are you going to have Mike McCarthy for the Cowboys if there's no improvement seen in the next 4 games? And is he on the hot seat right now? We know that Jerry Jones is not going to fire him because he for some God-forsaken reason, he likes the coaches, but somebody with a sane mind, how many games did you give Mike McCarthy?
See, I'm not that. I'm generous, but I'm not that generous. I'm thinking if what I'm reading coming out of Dallas is correct, and I've seen like 2 or 3 articles already where the team is starting to do these whisper campaigns that practice sucks and that his complex defense is just not going to go. It's one or two ways. Are you going to blow up the Dallas Cowboys for the next 3 years in hopes of getting a team that will work with your coach, or are you going to dump the coach? I could see Jerry Jones having a fit before Thanksgiving and saying, "I'm done." If they don't win anything between now and Thanksgiving, we know who the turkey's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
Once you lose the players in Jerry Jones's mind, those are the guys that have the power.
Yeah,
you're done.
And you're not going to. Those players, those players will not dive after a ball. I'll be honest, I've seen it. And if they have lost that much faith in not just the head coach, but the people he's hired, that's going to be an ugly season.
6 games into the season, too.
So would you go on as the next Cowboys head coach, and would you go after? The last time the Cowboys had any success, there was a college coach with Hunter, that came up and won everything until the time. Would you go after a college coach?
Lincoln Riley.
I would say yes, but here's the one big fat proviso that's sitting up in this really nice suite. You cannot outshine the owner. You can't, and that's the issue. As long as you have your ego in check and you want to win, and you don't mind him calling you and saying, "Hey man, what are we going to be doing with our offensive line this week?" And he's going to give you his opinion, and it's not, it's a suggestion, but it's not. If you can handle that as a coach, you're in there. But there ain't too many college coaches that'll subvert themselves like that.
Blanca saying that Zeke's fumbling has got to stop. I mean, nail on the head right there. Like that is the one thing that is really dooming the Dallas Cowboys, Augustine's new favorite team.
Again, you've got to look at the turnovers. Whenever I was talking to my defensive guys on the team, if you can get me 4 turnovers, you win the game. You get me 4 turnovers and dominate the third quarter, you're just about ready to take that as a win. But again, I've liked Zeke. And again, I'm cursed with the knowledge of old Cowboys teams. The point at which Zeke starts to go down is the point at which Emmett turned on the Rockets, and that is the problem.
Yes, you were.
Oh, wow! Thanks, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank me.
Yeah, I was about to say, Chris, thank you for bestowing your wealth of knowledge on us here.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm quite a big deal.
Yeah, you are a big deal. I will say this: whenever it does come down to like Zeke and the fumbling, you ask about careers. Like careers have ended because of a fumbling problem. I will say this: the one person that you look back on in the pantheon of football who had a fumbling problem and was able to fix it, Tiki Barber.
Yeah.
The way that he was able to hold the ball up and stuff like that, that was the main thing that really helped him out. Blanca coming up with a great idea saying, or we need to put the glue that I want to put on everyone's elbows, we need to put it on Zeke. Hey, I'm about it, man. Like whatever it takes to get Zeke to actually hold on to the damn ball. 4 fumbles in 6 games, too much.
Yeah, it's not great.
If you remember the Atlanta game, they were coming over the top and underneath with these jabs. So whoever is looking at the way that Zeke carries the ball, they're keen on the fact that he does not have a good grip on it. And Atlanta started that. And ever since Atlanta, it's been an issue. So it's going to have to be a systematic thing with Zeke to change away, like Tiki Barber, to carry it differently. Maybe higher, low, I don't know what it is. But somebody saw that on tape and keyed into it. And I'll tell you what, kudos to them on the defensive side.
What do you think about the people that are going out there saying that it might be the actual sleeves? Like Zeke wears sleeves now. As we got about a minute left on the show. Zeke wears sleeves, and that might be the thing that kind of allows the ball to slip out. Because as you carry the ball, you got to tuck it into the elbow area here, and that might be the one that they just punch the top, and that's where it goes out because of how loose the sleeves make it.
That's an easy way to fix it. Don't wear them next time.
I was about to say, take the sleeves off,
take
right?
the sleeves off, see what happens. If you're still fumbling, then you got to change your grip.
So, in this game, the arguably worst game that anybody could ever try to watch. Like, I'm going to watch this game because, once again, I'm a masochist. Andrew, the 1-4-1 Philadelphia Eagles versus the 1-5 New York Giants, who you got?
Giant Meteor 2020.
No, you got the winner,
All
my
right,
man.
Eagles. I'm on record as the Eagles.
Let me go really hard. 3-2 Giants.
Oh, 3-2 Giants. I'm going to do you one better. 2-2 tie.
Oh my
It ends in a tie.
Oh.
That's the way that we do it here on the Tipping Point of my tip at Fox Sports 1380. Thank you all so much for tuning in. The Odd Couple coming up next. This show's better.
That was fun.
Woo!
Fun.
Ooh, that was fun. Eagles because why not? I love that. I love that that's an option. Like the Eagles because F it. Everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And once again, thank you for the well wishes to my father. I really do appreciate that. Y'all have a good day.